Both these men 27 years of age and have only known defeat once. Between them, they have stopped all but one of their opponents when securing victory. So, we are set for an explosive matchup between two powerhouses. Bahati has been devastating the competition, but his opponent Shipman is looking for a breakout performance by taking the Black Mamba's title tonight. Buddy Johnson is ready to start this world title action.
Inside the BAMMA cage, SSE Arena, Wembley, we are ready for 3 5-minute rounds of championship world title action. This is BAMMA London. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Live on Dave. Our fighters are ready. Fight fans, make some noise if you're ready! This is for BAMMA's middleweight world title. Introducing first, your challenger in the blue corner, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing officially at 185 pounds. A professional record, 10 wins with just 1 defeat. Representing London, England, he is Mike Sea Bass Shipman. His opponent, your champion in the red corner, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing officially at 185 pounds, a professional record, 8 wins with just 2 defeats. Representing Birmingham, he is your reigning and your defending champion, Yannick Black Mamba Bahati. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Mark Goddard.
Okay, gents, you understand the rules of fighting. Remember, listen to me at all times. Keep yourself protected. When I say stop, you stop. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Let's do this.
No touching gloves there, Chris, from either man. Now, it's all about confidence, this one, and momentum. Both men are on a real roll.
UTC versus the London Shoot Fighters. The champ, Bahati. Shipman, the challenger. This is intensity.
And Shipman said that all Bahati's confidence is really is noise. He said he's like a squeaky toy to a dog. I'm going to maul him.
I love the fact that Bahati has also said, look, I train with the best guys in this country. We don't get paid overtime. I'm looking for a first-round stoppage.
Now, when he won his title as well, he had to take punishment, and he took it solidly with a real chin before carving out the victory there.
But Shipman, I think, has some different tools than the last fighter he faced. So despite being a common opponent as far as the London Shoot team goes, Bahati's had to do some different things to prepare for this matchup. Shipman has a really good overhand right. He throws some different looks, a different style of striking to Hallam. Bahati no doubt has studied that and will stay disciplined. Good guard, good coverage right now. Shipman into the plum, looking for the knees here.
Yes, and looking for the takedown and looks for the slam, takes him out, but immediately Bahati gets back up. This is what we said, the man is so durable.
Excellent knee tap there from Shipman. He used some good striking into the clinch, left hand, tried to tap that knee and take down Bahati. But Bahati knew he would have his back to the wire and stood up. Great stuff from both guys so far. Started off in London town.
Huge support here for Sea Bass Shipman, but that never seems to bother Bahati. And really, we're not just talking about the title here, are we? We're talking about pound-for-pound bragging rights.
Absolutely. I really rate Bahati. He's one of the best guys on earth at 185. Shipman, though, this is a big test. And a big opportunity, obviously, on the huge platform that's BAMMA.
Well, that was a lovely couple of punches to the body, finished by the uppercut from Shipman. But as we saw last time out, Bahati just seems to take them.
Shipman in with the blitz. Good hand fighting there. I love it. He moves very well for a bigger guy. But Bahati will be patient. We often see a slow start, a calculated start. Right now, he's looking at Shipman, calculating his movements, downloading his options, and staying disciplined. He's the champ. The onus is on right now for Shipman to take this title, and Bahati can afford for a little bit more of a calculated approach here.
Well, both men swinging there, and Bahati just missed, as did Shipman. You feel the clean contact, which was the knee attempt there, then the right uppercut reply from Bahati, warming up now, Chris.
And Shipman now pressing him to the wire. This was an early question many of the pundits had, would be how would the clinch play out? We see some different options here right now for Shipman. He's working to try and pummel, and you see the hand fighting there. The left arm versus Shipman's, or excuse me, the left arm of Shipman versus the right of Bahati's. They're trying to fight for that underhook. Bahati again pummels in, blocked by Shipman. One of the most underappreciated positions in mixed martial arts.
Looking for the knee again, as you said there, and then the right hand working to the body. Little shots from Shipman, and then the right elbow there from Bahati.
Shipman thinking about that level change, but can't get it. Right now, some good equal strength here from both guys. You're just looking for one of them to take the ascendancy, Malcolm.
Well, when he fought Shipman's stablemate Hallam, everything there was about strength and the clinch and the tie-up, and who was a stronger man. Shipman says it's not just about that. He says about versatility. He said Bahati's big, he's strong, but he's a lump. I've got more technique, I've got more ability.
Yeah, he told us at the press conference he felt better in every area, but he hasn't been able to get him down yet. Head inside right now for that single leg, and he gets him.
And you hear the crowd respond. Shipman has brought a huge crowd with him here as he attempts to take this world title.
Very methodical from Shipman. He knew exactly when to go from the single to the double. What he did there is he was attacking one leg, holding on, trying to take him down. When he saw a good moment, when he sort of squared up Bahati's hips, he then reached for both legs, picked him up, sucked his hips away, and he puts him down on the mat.
Now, you mentioned about the explosive nature of Shipman, but he's also patient as well, isn't he?
Right now, this is a strategy here to try and keep Bahati pinned. Watch his posture. Ooh, that was a little bit of a mistake, though. I think he would have preferred to stay in half guard. Bahati did well to recover there. He's got both legs wrapped around Shipman right now. He's going to try to work to the upright here. He'll try and cage walk up, back to the fence, try and catch an overhook, which he has, and stand back up. Well done for the champ here.
Yes, inside the last 20 seconds, and they've had a real good look at each other now. Mark Goddard calling time a second. Having a talk to Sea Bass, Mike Shipman.
I couldn't quite tell what the infraction was. It may have been a fence grab. Either way, Goddard has assessed that there will be a reset. We're back in the upright here in London.
Yes, and as we saw, two really evenly matched men here for this world title. Last 10 seconds. And it's been a real struggle for ascendancy, Chris.
You can see Shipman trying to set up there, dropping his hands. But Bahati is very smart. He knows all those tricks. No doubt he's seen some of Shipman's knockouts. Like I said, he's got a wicked overhand right, crazy bolo punch. Bahati's not going to go in there and play games and really take equal trades. Why take chances? So both guys a little conservative, but Shipman and Bahati certainly heating up here at the SSE.
And we also saw with Bahati, you mentioned that patience, he took a lot from Hallam before he retaliated in emphatic fashion. And as we can see here, Shipman is the man looking, those little body shots, the head shots afterwards, slips away.
Excellent exit from the clinch. That's such an intelligent approach to fighting. Parry there, left straight to a right cross. The right cross lands on Bahati. Super high-level stuff there from the London shoot fighter.
Well, you mentioned high-level stuff. Did you see the short slips from Bahati that stopped them landing cleanly? Both those shots were good, but he just did enough to stop them landing cleanly and be more devastating.
When you think about the type of reaction time, you know, your breathing's up, you're in the mix, the bright lights are on, you're on international television, to be able to make those minute adjustments in the chaos, outstanding. This is championship fighting.
So round two of a potential three, and neither man really in ascendancy. For me, Chris, is when one of those knees in the clinch or elbows or a punch lands very cleanly.
But Bahati, again, great coverage here. Shipman circling on the outside. I think we might look for a really quick change of pace from Shipman. You think he'll try and slow down, circle on the outside, and then turn it up a notch in an instant.
Well, as you said, that change of pace, the first chopping leg kick to the lead leg of the champion, the overhand right, followed by the left. Bahati nods, but he's in no danger. His defensive skills are very deceptive, Chris.
It's kind of the way that we saw him fight Hallam when he won the title to begin with. Patient, good defense, not taking risks, not eating many significant shots, despite the in and out fighting, the switch hitting from Hallam. So he's kind of used a similar template despite some different challenges in Shipman.
And again, with Shipman using the punches to set up the takedown, but Bahati's showing once again that he's so hard to get down if he doesn't want to go there.
One down.
Shipman now working in the clinch. Good knees to the legs there. from Mike Shipman. And again, that pummeling, that battle, it's such an unsung position and exchange in mixed martial arts. Underappreciated, but exhausting. I mean, the amount of work you've got to be able to do to fight like this and consider the knees and elbows and other things that can become a factor in the clinch is tiresome.
And Chris, from middleweight up, it really takes its toll, doesn't it? And when you're big, heavily muscled men.
Both fighters looking pretty fresh right now. And this is where you look for Shipman to explode right now. On the outside, drop the hands, just like that, overhand right. Bahati saw that and counters with a knee to the midsection.
Again, as I said, it's the defensive movement of Bahati. He's so good to roll those shoulders, move those heads, and he pops the fingers up at him. You know, he's giving him the finger from each hand there in the center of the cage. This is the confidence. Shipman sees that as noise. I see that as the ultimate confidence from Bahati.
I love it. There's so much mental warfare there at the press conference yesterday. Both guys had talked a ton of smack. And you wondered whether or not Shipman had got underneath his skin, but so far, Bahati not really taking the bait.
Look, when Shipman gets in close, he brings those elbows in, he tucks them in, he brings the guard tight, makes it so difficult to land cleanly on Yannick Bahati.
Shipman now trying to circle. These are the kinds of traps that we often see from Sea Bass.
Bahati's cut, right eye, that's what he's pulling at now, below the right eye. I don't know whether it was I think it was a clash of heads when they came into the clinch. But Bahati, as you can see, he's pulling at it, he's aware of it now. Subtle things like this can make a difference. It's below the eye, so it won't affect him, but he knows it's there, he's been pulling at it. And I think it was that clash of heads when they went in for the clinch.
Both guys trying to fight really smart right now. You've got to pick your exchanges here. You've got to sort of decide, am I going to come in, am I going to lead? I'm going to wait for my opponent to throw strikes and try and counter him afterwards? Or do I try to time him at the same time? So there's a lot of things happening here.
Well, Bahati is constantly trying to walk Shipman down, and Shipman, as I said, maybe laterally. And I think Mark's just saying to him, stop the running.
Yeah, Goddard giving a warning there for timidness. But I think it's a little bit of a strategy. There we go, chain punches from Shipman. Bahati counters with a straight right.
But the eye is bothering him now, those little movements and the pouring and the blinking. It can be that split second between a punch landing cleanly and not. And watch how many times now he's conscious of that blood with his eye. This could be fatal for Bahati.
Shipman there to the body, in for the takedown. Oh, Yannick's got a guillotine. He's got crazy good jiu-jitsu. Yannick is much better jiu-jitsu than you'd imagine. Look at this, side control.
And it was perfect timing for him as well, Chris. You could see the longer it stayed upright, the more it's beginning to get to him. So I think the timing here again from Yannick is perfect.
He's gonna be smarter. He's got 60 seconds to go. He's won a hard-fought position. He can finish this fight here if he's methodical.
And if he doesn't, it could be vital points-wise in this round. Again, a very even, very open round, but it's Bahati on top for this last minute. That could sway the judges in this round of what is already a very tense, close encounter.
He loves the far side arm attacks from these positions. You can see him going to work there. This is jiu-jitsu, though. You got to be careful. Look at that. He's holding on, isolating the arm here, trying to step over the head. You got to use weight, leverage, and be like a glacier. You move slowly, but nobody can push you off or away.
Now, what Shipman accused him of working perfectly for him, that timing he took, the patience, and this is a big man to have on top of you, wearing you down after 2 rounds like this, Chris.
He's got it now. He's got that arm isolated. Seconds to go. He may try to hit that Americana, and he can't. End of the round.
Well, 2 rounds down, and I would say that the second round was working its way to be even. And if we look at the replay, we might get a chance to see what happened with Yannick's eyes, because it certainly affected him, Chris.
Yeah, interesting to kind of take a look at the recapitulation of that round. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, that might have been an open palm. I'm not sure whether or not there was a finger that slipped. Let's take a look here. This should be a better vantage point. There was an exchange. Shipman came in hard.
There,
yeah,
there we go,
it.
Chris, the left arm. It was the left hand of Shipman as he came in there, and it did worry Bahati, but you know what, it works in his favor, because I think the takedown might have won him the round.
I agree. Now, it could be 1-1 at this point. Tough to say about the first. I could have it 10-9, 10-9, 19-19. That makes us a tie. World title fight, the third and final round here in London.
Yes, this is the one. It all goes back to 0 if we're right, with everything still to fight for. It's not just about a title, it's bragging rights. It's two men on an unbeaten roll. Something has to give here in the third.
I love these types of fights because sometimes at the highest level, the skill set will sort of cancel each other out. And we saw that throughout the first two. The third frame, I think we might see things get a little bit more crazy.
Uppercuts from both men, then the last uppercut from Bahati. Shipman shoots and eats a knee as well. They've stepped up the pace in the third. I think both camps have realized how close this is as well, Chris.
Look at this, though. Counter from Bahati with that front headlock position, but Shipman just jerks his neck free. These guys are so big at the weight. The crowd absolutely loving it here. So much support here out for Mike Shipman in his title bid in London. But Bahati has come down from Birmingham with motivation and support too.
He's not let any of it get to him, Chris. As I said, I think he took that second round, and there's a chopping little elbow as well from him. Forces Shipman to react. Both men feeling the pace now.
This has been a grinding, relentless type of pursuit from both guys. There's been in-your-face, but sort of patient pressure from Bahati. Shipman's dancing against him!
Then it's all over, Chris! He's no secret now! Shipman takes the world title with a spinning back fist from hell!
Mike Sea Bass Shipman knocks out Yannick the Black Mamba Bahati and steals the belt here in London town.
Unbelievable stuff. They were so even for so long. Then Mike Sea Bass Shipman, the spin, the turn, it lands clean. There was no need for a follow-up. He was out. If this man was a secret before, he's not as the BAMMA middleweight world champion.
Shipman told us he wanted to take Bahati deep into this fight and punish him, and that is exactly what he did. Look at that, moves his head, slips the counter, and then rolls right into that 360-degree technique. I love this. We saw so much of this early in the fight. He wasn't able to capitalize, but he did there in spades, Malcolm. What a finish, what a night, and Sea Bass walks away the winner.
Inside the cage, our referee, Mr. Mark Goddard, call a stoppage to this bout at 1 minute, 17 seconds of round number 3. To your winner by knockout and BAMMA's new middleweight world champion,